Today, we're going to take a look at the word Negus, Negus, Negus. It may not mean what you think.
Negus is the word for king in the Ethiopian Semitic languages and a title which was usually bestowed upon a regional ruler by the King of Kings, or Negusa Nagast, in pre-1974 Ethiopia.
So there you have it. The word Negus means king or ruler. How many of you are aware of that fact?
Ethiopian aristocratic and court titles. Negus is a noun derived from the Ethiopian Semitic root meaning to reign. The title Negus literally translated to Basileus, Greek and ancient Greek, which was seen many times in Akusumite currency. Basileus in ancient Greek is a Greek term and title that has signified various types of monarchs throughout history. In the English-speaking world, it is perhaps most widely understood to mean monarch, referring to either a king or an emperor. The title was used by sovereigns and other persons of authority in ancient Greece.
So when you hear the word Negus, it literally means to reign, to rule. You are talking about royalty, monarchs, emperors, rulers, kings, Negus, all synonymous with one another.
The title has subsequently been used to translate the word king or emperor in biblical and other literature. In more recent times, it was used as an honorific title bestowed on governors of the most important provinces/kingdoms. Now for the etymology of the word. Sometime during the development of the Ethio-Semitic language family, Mike, the original transcontinental root for king, was elevated to the generic word for God in the form of the broken plural Amlak. During this time period, the Semitic term for ruler or lord, Negus, began to mean king. In the ancient Aramaic inscription mentioning the god Atar, his name is followed by the title Negus, corresponding to ancient North Arabian, meaning the ruler.
Now the word Negus is a derivative of the word Negro and Niger and Nigeria and nigger and negrito, all having the same root meaning. Now, as time passed down through the years, the names began to take on different meanings. But at its root, the word, again, means king, ruler, emperor, basically the boss, the one who is in charge.
The most basic etymologic explanation for the word nigger traces its origin back to the Latin word niger, which means black. As the world evolved, so did the word Niger, which was used as the noun Negro, which is used to describe a black person of African, Caribbean, or the so-called African American descent, just to name a few. It is simply the same as the color black in Spanish or Portuguese, as how black is used in English today. The word Niger has multiple meanings, including the name of an African country and river, and the name of a seed that produces oil. The N-word evolves into a weapon. There is no question that the word's etymologic lineage to the actual word nigger were bastardized over time to degrade black people. For more than 400 years, every opportunity to degrade, insult, and punish black people for just being black was attempted, and the use of the word nigger was part of the process. Negro, where does it come from? The word Negro comes from the Spanish and Portuguese word negro, which means black. English speakers adopted the term in the mid-16th century. The word comes from the Latin word Niger, which also means black. Niger probably comes from the Proto-Indo-European root nuke, which means to be dark. In the English language, the term Negro is a term historically used to refer to people of black African heritage. The term Negro means the color of black in Spanish and Portuguese, where English took it from. The term Negro means the color black in Spanish and Portuguese, from Latin Niger. The term can be viewed as offensive, inoffensive, or completely neutral, largely depending on the region or country where it is used, as well as the time period and context in which it is applied. Ever heard of Negroland? This 1747 map of Negroland, West Africa, identifies the area above the slave coast as the Kingdom of Judah. The inhabitants were remnants of Israel's tribe of Judah, forced into exile around 70 AD by the Romans. This 1747 map of Negroland, West Africa, identifies the area above the slave coast as the Kingdom of Judah. We highly recommend that you do research on this for yourself to gain better understanding. The word negrito comes from the Spanish word negrito, which is a combination of the words negro, meaning black, and the diminutive suffix ito. The earliest known use of the word negrito was in 1769 by Alexander Dalrymple, a hydrographer. The term negrito refers to a group of small-statured indigenous peoples from Africa, the Philippines, the Malay Peninsula, the Andaman Islands, and southern India. Some examples of ethnic groups that are often described as negrito include the Andamanese people of the Andaman Islands, the Semang peoples of the peninsular Malaysia,
the Monique people of southern Thailand, the Aita of Luzon, the Ati and the Tumendok of Penay, and the Manawa of Mindanao. These different people groups from different regions of the world is known as the Negrito. We all know that words have power, and the word that is used to describe the black people with a derogatory tone, the root word Negus, is a word filled with power. It means king, ruler, emperor, and in some cultures known as gods. So the next time you hear that word or derivative of that word, just know where the word came from and what it originally meant, who it was describing as the king. And it's funny how things work out, because self-consciously, how many times you heard brothers greeting themselves as, yo, what's up, king? You know, so it's just in us and we don't even know it. So you see, folks, the root word is not derogatory at all. Although we know there are those who will use the word in a derogatory fashion. We must gatekeep and let them know that no, you do not have a right to use this word, and you do not have it, definitely do not have a right to use it in a derogatory manner. And we do feel that it's very important that we know when we're using these words, we know exactly what it means. And the reality is, you're calling your brother king. Please check out the link in our description. We think this will further give you an understanding of the word. The Black Excellence and Abundance channel, where Black history is every day. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember, thou art rich.